Let me see, I'm trying to get people in here. Let me see if I can get some guests in here now. Let me see. Am I talking to myself? Why is this not where I am beginning to get irritated with this? Let's go here, let's go here, let's go here, let's go here. Let's bring it on down here. There. Let's go to this one. Go to this one here. This one. Let's go to this one. I don't know about that one. We'll go here. We'll go here. How about this one? We'll go to this one. And we'll bring... see if I can bring this one. No, let me see. If anybody wants to come up, let me know, because this is my third live ever. And I can't get my picture to work. I still haven't figured it out yet. So, yeah. Let me see. I'm not hitting my goal, so whatever. Who is in here besides me? Yeah, I'm trying to get the others in here because I haven't seen Anouk yet, so yeah, I figured I'd do something maybe. So if we want to share it out to the others, maybe we can get them in here somehow. I did share this out, so if you want to come up in the box, Hope, let me know. Maybe you could help me out, because, you know. Let's bring you up here, because I'm not having a wonderful time here trying to figure this.
Hey, friend. How you doing tonight, Abby?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm trying to get everybody in here, normally, but it doesn't seem to be going very well.
It's Trina Bina.
Hello. Welcome. I tried to invite the others, but they're probably in other chats or somewhere. I don't know.
We know where they're all at. I know where
Most of
they're
them are
at.
probably with Alien T right now.
Yep, they are. That's where I think most of them are. I'm not saying all of them, and that's they'll wander over here.
Yeah, I think once they realize you're on, they'll probably pop over. You know.
Yeah, it seems that I'm like the assistant lately.
Yeah, I know. Anouk messaged me earlier and asked me to just message everybody, let him know he was running late, but he must have got caught up tonight. That's all.
Yeah, I was busy at work. I didn't get back here until like 9 o'clock, almost 10, my time. So I was about 2 hours late myself. How dare you say I have too much kiddo stuck in the background? Oh, Dizzy always causes me hassles. Always causing hassles. So if anybody has anything to add or anything to say, let me know, because I really didn't have a topic at this moment. This was spare of the moment. Because I noticed a lot of people are sitting on. Some of them were messaging me, and I'm like, well, hell, I'm not going to sit here and type to every individual because my hand is going to hurt. So I figured I'll just get them all in one swing.
I would really like to listen about the dreams, but
Huh?
I just wasn't in the mood to be in. I said I would have liked to really learn about the dreams, but I just wasn't feeling it over there.
Yeah,
And it's not that I don't like alien tea.
I mean, I have a lot of dreams and stuff too. And if I was to sat there with my dreams, I'd be there for the
Hello,
third of the
hello.
century.
Hello?
Hello, hello,
Hey, Mac.
Yeah, I'm live with a bunch of people discussing my philosophy and what we're talking about stuff. It's like, wow, this is really great. So, but I'm over here now. Oops.
hello. Right? Oh, well, I figured, we were all waiting on Anook, and a lot of people, there was too many people over there in Alien Cheese and being answered, and plus I was looking at my messages. I got 5 people messaging me back and forth, and I'm like, oh, frig this. I don't want to be typing all this to different people. So I was
Oh,
like, you know
squish
what?
do this.
I'm just going to go with this right here.
Yep. Hey, Nightbird, Mac, Hope,
So if anybody wants to talk about
Michael,
dreams, dream version 2 here.
Lizzie.
I mean, I guess we can
I
do that one.
see.
Dream version 2, huh? I want to
Yeah.
talk about why the moon is doing this thing that it's been doing. I want to talk about that. Like, why? Like, okay, 3 days ago, the moon was like an eighth away of the sun at dusk.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, it was quarter away from the sun at dusk, same position. Today, it's larger, closer, which means there's the wobble, and then it's pretty much 180 degrees. It's not exactly, but I'm like, okay, are they really tugging the moon as we're speaking, or is that just the fact that Anook said that they tugged the moon there? But I'm thinking, is it like a time jump? Is they're space jumping the moon or something?
The only thing that I can think of right now is people are messing with the CERN and they're jumping realities, and maybe it's shifting the moon.
Wow, that's interesting. And then that's probably why I had those time lapse. Could be why I had those time lapse memory things from last week.
Yeah, because I've noticed I can tell when they use that CERN machine, and the only reason why I could tell is both my ears start ringing really loud. It makes my ears want to bleed. And as soon as that happens, I've had it happen 4 times that I can remember. And after each time it's happened, I've had everybody starts coming out with new Mandela effects. Has anybody else had that happen?
I think that's really interesting, I can tell, like, I don't know if it's CERN or what, but when there's a huge shift, I definitely feel it.
And yeah, I think it's also
Oh,
shifting the moon. Oh, thank you. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my charger because I'm at 49%.
Yeah,
Not taking the charge right now.
as a suggestion, get a wireless charger. I got one recently. It helps out, but mine's at 57% right now. But I had traded my phone in for another one because it just died battery after having it for almost a year. It is a Samsung. So what I ended up doing, well, automatically it only charges now to 85% to keep the battery life longer. I'm like, cool, I'll just leave it like that. So I only charge up to 85% and then I'll let it go down to 15 and recharge. But that's how you're supposed to operate a battery anyways. Even a electric vehicle, that's how you're supposed to do it because it's ion batteries. They're ion, the material that it's made out of. You charge up to 95% and let it drain down to 10 and recharge it, but don't let it go charge full. And it's because of the material that the battery is made out of. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. Like, that's unique. But yeah, I mean, I just think about that because I have a cradle that I can set my phone on and it charges, and then I can just sit there and still communicate here without even having to use the phone, touching it wise. Then I
Now
was just thinking
talking
about the
about the
moon.
moon.
Yeah, I was
You
like
know
talking about the moon there.
we're supposed to have that eclipse next month. Just a few weeks, I think.
Yeah, the idea of the Mandela effect, what he was talking about, like, man, Epsilon, really, that's interesting. Like, and just what Anook mentioned a few days ago about how I do, I just flow with things. Like, okay, and then I was talking about the time skip, and then I've been, experiencing like I should be remembering something from the recent past, but I haven't. But what has been happening for the last few months now, maybe 2 to 3, I'm getting memories coming back from childhood. It's not bad. It's just memories are coming. Like, what the heck is this about? And I'm thinking shadow work maybe, but I don't know. It just things just coming up to me randomly while I'm just here awake.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy because I had that kind of crap too. I'm getting like I can't remember my past because it was so damn horrible, and what I do remember is not as far in between. But then all of a sudden, as of late, after all these, my ears feel like they're gonna bleed from whatever they're doing with the damn moon or in the earth or whatever. It seems like a lot of the past memory stuff starts coming back. Like I was telling Anook earlier, which was really weird, is I don't know if anybody been watching my video. I had a video and I only put it to the friends because I didn't want everybody to know. There was 3 beings there, and one of them I was talking to him. I'm like, I just recently started getting flashbacks of that one again, of those 3 beings, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember him, and then all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, I do remember that one. That one showed up before, that kind of thing. I don't know if anybody else has that kind of thing. Anybody else want to add to that?
I keep on jumping timelines from past lives. I keep on I'm not sure what that's about. And then today I was in the doctor's office, which was a bust, but I saw like a gold rings appear in the waiting room. I'm like, what in the world? But I know what you mean, Epsilon, because I get things that come up, and I'm not sure all that went on, with my childhood, because I've had my gifts since a young age. Where back then here's some medication and stuff. So, um, but yeah, it's very, and I get downloads too. I've also been on the moon a couple of times. I can do remotes, and there's a lot going on right now that I wish I could just like plug in an HDMI cord to my head so you guys can see what I see. you know, that would be
We
so
gotta
cool.
create that technology. Like, I'm sorry to cut you off there,
No, it's
Michael.
okay.
I wanted to mention that the technology is going to be built, and just like the idea of telepathy, and actually better know what an animal could be thinking about, or by its behaviors. Strapping thing on its head, and then you able to sense that through a screen, or even to you. That is
Yeah.
I really think that's a thing that can be done. We just have to imagine it and know how to apply it. What is the science and the spirituality behind all that? Oh, okay, this is how we do it. Okay, but not only that, but we're gonna like. I want to know why does it function like? Because I'm an engineer minded. I want to know why do we
Yeah.
mix this to get this instead of something else. I don't want to just plug things together like, oh, I did something, yay! No.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, there's definitely I get bad ear ringing too sometimes. Where I'm like, okay, who's ever downloading? I need you to stop for a little while because I need a break.
Had that a little bit. Some couple times like that it was a little bit too much. It was higher pitch, but like the last live I was with a bunch of new people, and I just got a download on my left ear come through as normal, but it was because somebody was really, saying something very emotional and how he's experienced life, because he's really strong in the Christian doctrine mentality. But that's cool, and he's been told that he should be a druid, and should he go the Celtic druid or the Viking type druid? He's not sure, and it's like, dude, it's all really all up to him what he wants to do. It's just like he's really on that level right now. He's confused and upset because he's a counselor and he's not getting paid for what he's supposed to be doing. So he comes over here to this medium here and helps other people out through that way. But like this, what we got here, Epsilon and everybody else, this what I think Rory and Anouk has meant us to do. Seriously, we meant to come to our own little groups and start conversating, bring people in, and share. That I mean, like that's all a connection, because that's what we were talking about on the where I was just came from is connecting. We're all connecting. We have different opinions of how we're connecting and all that because we're perceiving certain things a certain way because that's how we can describe it within words. And then when we talk about that, I mentioned, well, it's all about feeling. We're this human entity being right now, and we're based upon spiritual feeling. All of us are, and that's the main connection.
I agree, Mac, with that. As a star seed, there's, from my Palladian side, I feel connected, but then also, like I told Rory and Anouk, my ancestral side, where I've looked up my ancestry, my ancestral grandfather is Ragnar Lothbrok. I also have Arthur Pendragon in my line. So if you go into your ancestry, from the Celtics and how we derive, technically, the Hawaiians got it right. We're all cousins, distance removed, whatever. We're all connected and all related somehow, I believe.
What I've learned about that and recent, as in learning about the legalism and the law, the country that's known as America, the southwestern part of it, with the friendship, the Treaty of Friendship between the indigenous people, are Moroccan. That's originally what they were. They were very dark pigmented people. They were not African. This is another, what other people were getting into, who's really into that. Like, they didn't need to bring Europeans did not need to bring slaves to the colony because they already had people here. And with that aspect of learning about that, if this land was the first indigenous people, and then after the Tower of Babel or whatever separation it may be considered, we're a country through the United States of America where we invite all cultures to come back here and live a great life here. You just got to become what you want to be here. And it's just like, wow, it's like the Exodus happened and now we're coming back from the Exodus idea. And like, that's a lot of interesting things. And knowing about my own genealogy, a little bit about it, I'm Ashkenazi Jewish and I'm Nigerian and North African. Me specifically, I'm a lot of 71% English, where I got a sister and a half brother who has the Irish in them. And that's just kind of weird because my sister's only 2.5 years younger than me and looks a lot like me. So there's a kid in my family, oh, you're Uncle Paul's baby or you're the milkman's baby or something like that. But it's like, wow, that's interesting of how that comes to be. And I'm the only one that has Nigerian blood. And one of my half-blood brothers, he's actually African. I mean, he has African and Jamaican in him, but it's not Nigerian. He's got West African. I'm like, that's very interesting of how I found that out about me. So in
Yeah,
past lives, go ahead.
oh no, I was going to say, I found out that I was biracial by looking up a century on my dad, and I was like, okay, Ancestry.com had it as, Negro household. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. You never told me. That's how I found out I was biracial.
And that's
It
funny
was,
because when I did Ancestral.com, and I was like, oh my, I have a McLeod. Made me think of the Highlander. But then there was a lot of English, and as soon as I looked at that, I had a flash of the Lady of the Lake with a sword. And it was funny that that Michael said that because I was like, well,
I'm Lady of the Lake incarnate.
I was like the Lady of the Lake. Why am I dreaming of Lady of the
Yeah,
Lake? And I had the sword,
that's
and I'm like,
me.
holy crap! And
Yeah,
then like,
that's me, Avalon. Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
the place actually, or was that actually her name too? I can't remember the storyline how that goes.
Avalon was the
No,
place. I think.
no. It's an actual. Well, it's Avalon and King Arthur, which um, Pendragon, which is an actual person, because he's my grandfather. There's a whole thing with Lady of the Lake and
Uh-oh.
Oh no, it's Lady of the Lake. They found her.
oh, I found you
She
again.
went back to the lake.
Yeah. um. I forget. Golly, I'm having brain cramps right now. Hold on. Somebody's. I've always been
It'll
into
come out. Let it naturally. I know you forget about it and then talk about something else and then you remember. I do that.
Yeah. Sometimes though, when I start to stutter, just so you guys are aware, either I'm getting something for someone or someone's trying to come through me for a message. And I'm trying not to. I'm trying to battle three things at once. Anyways, yeah, so it's interesting, Epsilon, let's go back to your statement that you said Lady of the Lake. At Avalon Nightbird, you're probably connected to the women at the well, which is not the biblical one, but the Avalon women, who go to the waters for, healing. Yeah.
I
Wasn't
don't know. I've
wasn't the
always
Lady of the Lake her first name Vivian? Wasn't her first
Um,
name Vivian, Lady of the Lake? Vivian,
no, it was
oh,
not
I can't
Vivian.
remember.
No, it was not Vivian. No, definitely not Vivian. um, um, I know it's an M. Hang. I'll be right back. I gotta take care of something. I'll be right back. I gotta get rid of this person in the background. That's
I've
never
always
mind.
felt
I'll be right back.
I've always felt a connection to that story for some reason. Then when I start having flashes, I'm like, well, this makes sense. So now I know how he got alive too, because he was stabbed. He was poked in the back, and I've always felt like him for some reason. I've always felt that. I don't know why. I have a thing with dragons. I like the Renaissance era, and I keep getting flashes of Excalibur, and I'm like, I don't know. Am I losing it?
No, I think we all connect with certain things that were important to us in our past lifetimes, you know? Like, I noticed this past year has been a lot of focus on Egypt and Native American. Um, those are like the two things that have been really big to me. And I noticed a big error for me in my time. You know, like the Little House in the Prairie days, like that time?
Yeah.
That really intrigues my soul a lot too. Like, those are my main three that really intrigue me and I'm like really feel a connection with. And I think we all have our places we've been at different times that are meant a lot to us. And they're like part of our souls that are our spirits that we connect with the most. Like, they were a big time in our life in those lifetimes, you know?
I've always felt.
I wonder if
All
she was thinking. Oh, oops, sorry.
right, one sec. I've always felt, and I don't know why, that, and I get it from the Epi and all the others. They kind of tell me the same thing, in which is everything in our life that we like and dislike, that's part of us, is probably most likely a past life coming through. Each past life that you had, you take a piece of that with you, it's now making the being you are and the person you are. Like if you one you could like I hate fish. Something probably happened with fish back then. That's how I've always looked at it. I don't know if anybody else looks at it like that.
Well, I do because I know, like, I really, really love, like obviously butterflies, and I found that interesting how a nuke happened to. Even though he knows a lot of butterflies, he gave me the name Little Butterfly and told me that my history about me being Little Butterfly, and I feel that fully. Like I definitely believe I had that lifetime because I have felt that, and butterflies are a huge thing in my life. And I think there's certain things in our life that we are so connected with, and there has to be a reason, because why do you just focus on that certain thing, that really gets your interest and you just can't get rid of that thought or that thing in your life?
I see a lot of butterflies in the past.
Has gone back. I'm sorry. Do you
Go
want to
ahead,
go
go ahead.
ahead?
Well, I mean, I
Well,
can
I was
read
just going to
something.
go back. I was just going to go back a little bit to, I think she was thinking of Morgana. I'm not sure who it, the
Morgana
lady
is
that was talking about the lady.
Morgana is the evil stepsister that mated with King Arthur to have the evil son.
Yes.
I
Yeah, I
can't
wanted
remember
to
his
read
name.
about
Oh,
that.
yes, yes. Yeah, I have it up right now, and it was Vivian. Her name, the lady at the lake, is, and I don't know if I'm saying it right, it's Vivenne, Vivian. But she said with an M, and the only thing I would have thought was Morgana, not Morgan, not Morgan, like Morgan with the crow, not that one. Um, but I was thinking Morgana, but I think you're right. I think you're spot on.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
it's
thinking about that
Vivian
too.
Ornemu is the Lady of the Lake. She was the good one. Trust me on this one. I was good.
She was the good witch, not the bad witch. Wizard of Oz kind of thing there. But it's
Oh,
just
now you got
tripping
me
me out because I
started.
used
You shouldn't have got me started on Wizard of Oz. I hate that movie. I hate the
really.
last part. That last part, man. There's two parts in both of in these two movies. I've got to say it now. You brought it up, and it's make me want to smack that good witch. She's like, "You had the power all along, Dorothy. All you had to do was click your heel 3 times."
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, Dorothy, I had the power all along. Come on now. You made me go through all that bull crap. Just tell me I had to click my heels 3 times. The same thing with the never-ending story. A trail, a trail. He's been with you all along. He just doesn't know. Why does he not know?
You crack me up. I love this. You crack me up. I love it.
But doesn't that make sense? Like what
Sebastian,
we're going
say
through
my
this.
name. Sorry, I
Just
went
say
all
Mac,
Sebastian.
my name, right?
Mac, but that's I was just gonna say it's like what we actually are going through with the having amnesia and waking up and
Yes,
figuring stuff
dude.
out. We
I didn't
have to
like.
go through the rain. We have to go through the storm. We have to go through all these things to get where we are. Do you understand?
To
That's why these
remember.
movies hit us, and
Yes.
that's why these movies hit us like that. Cause we're like, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah, you're right about that one. It makes you want to smack the good witch and be like, hey, you mean I could have done this? I could just done this simple thing. I understand where
I
you're
had to
coming
meet
from.
these three new
Hold on.
friends first and finally go through the damn wizard, and then you tell me now. But that's the thing, you had to process it.
Hold on. I haven't finished my monologue yet. Okay. I feel he's been with you all along. He doesn't know. Well, why doesn't he know? You mean to tell me everybody in Fantasia died? I even lost my horse. He He doesn't understand. But what does he have to do? Say my name, guys. Just say my name. I thought, oh my gosh.
I know. Say my name, Sebastian.
What is my name?
All right already.
I'm like, oh my God, will you just say the name? Please say it, tell her. Oh my God. Oh Lord. It just makes you want to do it. When you see movies like that, it makes you want to think, why? Why? Why?
And me is he had to go to the window to say her name. I'm like, seriously, dude, you could have just set up and said the freaking name. You don't have
Oh,
to go to the window.
Dramatization.
oh, Labyrinth. I'm not even starting with the Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah, I love that movie too.
It's not fair. You have no power over me. What? Oh my God, I just can't take it either. That was funny. That. Oh,
What about the Dark Crystal? That was a great one too.
Oh, love that one. Yep.
oh, that was a good
And see,
movie.
all these things, these are all learning lessons for us. And, like, and that's exactly what we're going through and what we're all dealing with. And, what we all have been through. And it's funny, too, that all these movies, they say the movies they make they're telling us things without telling us.
Yeah.
And that's how they do it, and that's how they get away with not telling us the truth, because they tell us, but we're not paying attention the right way.
We didn't
There
know
she
about
goes.
it until now, until when we were knowing about it. Yep.
It smells like Empress.
They don't
I
have
actually have a
warnings though.
TV and film degree, and I've studied film and television. And there's so much that people don't get or understand. Little, now they call them eggs in some films and stuff, but it goes deeper than that. It goes way deeper on how films are made. If people, oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm like,
My
if you
thing is,
guys knew what I knew.
I
my thing,
saw the other day a video of a guy who was like, how they do the subliminal messages and the things. And he explained it like the movie They Live. It is really true. And he showed a picture of a movie set. They were making a movie, and he pointed it out. Once he pointed it out where the subliminal message was, your eyes couldn't get off it. That's all you saw. And it said, obey. And once he showed it to you, you've seen it. And I'm just saying, this is what they put in these shows, and we don't see it. But it's like it's the subconscious thing, basically.
Well, I saw that immediately the first time I seen that movie. I love that. I saw that in the early 90s when it came out in the 80s. But I'm a kid. I already seen it. I'm like, oh man, that's really interesting. Why this says that? You put these glasses on and you're seeing what it says, like, and these weird looking skeleton looking aliens, like it was just weird. But I saw that the first time I seen that. I caught that. I didn't understand what it meant, and then today, like, okay, it makes sense because really what we're doing, this indoctrination, a low vibe. Yep.
see, I
Yeah,
think
but
that what it is,
this guy had made not about the movie. He was just saying how this wasn't the movie They Lived. This was an actual regular movie, and it was
Oh,
he had froze stop at some random movie, and in the middle of the movie, he noticed it, the way the people were walking and set up and everything, and their clothes were all set a certain way. The words were right where the front people were, like between their legs and across them, spelt the word obey in a real actual movie.
I'm
Not
getting
the movie They
goosebumps.
Live. Not the movie They Live. He made a video about it, and he said, once you see this, you will not be able to unsee it. And once he pointed out the obey in this movie set thing that they had just stopped, you couldn't unsee it. I'll try to find it and send it to you. You'll be like, what the heck? And this is what they do to us. But I'm also not only just that point of it, is when they say they have to tell us things, And they do tell us those things, but we're not thinking of it in the right way until we wake up and realize, wow, this was in front of our face all along.
Shannon,
Exactly.
oh sorry, I was saying Shannon mentioned about Beetlejuice, and I don't remember anything going wrong with that one. Well, go ahead, Epsilon.
I think that all of the old TV shows and movies were preparing us for the future and letting us know things and what's going on. The movies now are trying to just install fear by subliminal messages. They want us to obey and follow the rules, kind of like like you said, they live. That's what they're doing because there's many things that I've seen during different movies. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't fit the storyline. Why is it in there? Or why is this a part of the story? This don't really need to be there either. Why does that look like that? You know, and the sudden little things that they throw in there, people zoom in on the smallest little thing. They don't realize it, but their subconscious does, and that in turn puts the fear in it. Because if you look at all of these alien movies, they're talking about, oh, they're all war, they don't want peace, this and that. That like they're trying to install a fear in everybody. So when they actually do come down, what's the humans gonna do? They're just gonna go out and just start mutilating everything in sight because they want to keep us a barbaric race so they can come in and make their money so we be the little subservients they want us to be. But when we get that awakening, we're evolving into a higher being and we're going to see that garbage and call it out. And that's what I and Nook and everybody else here in this panel and then in the chat is what we should do. And we should be that high vibrational being that calls them out, you know. And some people were talking about, well, you shouldn't watch the negative stuff. Well, my take on that is, if you don't watch the negative stuff, then you're not going to know what really is going on. You have to take that with a grain of salt, is one thing, but you're also going to realize that everything in this world that is said, there's an element of truth in everything, and it's also in how you perceive it and how you're aware of it.
Epsilon, this is Dorinda. I have a question. I joined you late. Hopi actually invited me. Thank you very much. Because is Nook not getting on tonight?
I don't know what. I
He
have no.
told me that he was going to, but I mean, it's getting late, and like, oh, hey, that's why we got here now, and it's cool. I mean, they got things they got to take care of, and I guess they couldn't get to it. I don't know. I don't know, but
Well, he
He would
said,
be
Okay, I
so
was just
proud of
wondering.
us. He would be so proud of
yes,
us for doing our own thing and still going on and still helping each other like we usually do. Thanks to Epsilon over here for gathering us all together. And he said something about he had an important phone call earlier, something that might have took time, and he wasn't sure what time he'd be on, but he gave me a time to send out to everybody in case. But life gets you sometimes, so. But you know what? I think tomorrow, if he comes on later, which I don't see that happening, but even if he did, he'd be so proud of us. You know, he's gonna be like, "You go, Epsilon," and everybody for still connecting and getting up here and still helping each other. You know, this is what he'd want us to do. Like you guys said, was his plan to bring us together, and he has done that. Because look, now even if he can't make it, we're still here together. I love it. I love it so much.
and it's
I
funny.
like what you're saying, Hope. And the other day, or actually today, and you saying that, Hopi, and Epsilon, I'd like your input on this, but I was reading something about the 144,000. That intrigues me because it talks about the group, the 144,000 coming to change the world now. And I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on that. I was super intrigued by it. So I don't know if any of you have any insight on that.
if I recall something about that, the 144 is dealing with the 48 DNA strand, and you're just raising your frequency up to that height of level. And that's what I'm getting right now. Is that's what it meant for. It's not a specific number of how many people coming or going somewhere. It's just it deals with the Kundalini, it deals with the Merkaba star, and just raising your frequency level to ascend to that master level.
Now, I've heard two separate things. I've heard one that it is an actual, like, set of people of all different races and colors, and that it's like, the Lost Hopi tribe. But I've also heard the same things Epsilon said, is it being something to do with our DNA, and that we have to get to a certain level to get to the 144,000, and it's not 44,000 people. It's something to do with our DNA. That's basically what it is.
Yes, right.
I don't know about the DNA aspect of it. I always looked at it as the 144,000 to me. What it means to me is the high spiritual, the high vibration people. Whoever reaches that level of awareness in spirituality is part of that 144,000. That's how I always stuck it. I don't know too much about the DNA part of it, but that's how I always stuck it.
Yeah, I missed part of that out. That's kind of like within that lining of that is those who are ascended and they are awakened really, and those who are like us. That's part of it. It's not a specific number. It's just what you are, how you become.
Exactly. But I did hear something about it is our frequency and all that. But it's something I heard something about DNA which confused me on it too. But our actual DNA or something and all of it adds up to that. And then we get to that frequency and that's how it becomes. But I don't know. But I agree, it's something to do with the frequency. It's not an amount of people. It's It's whoever gets to that level gets there,
Purple Nymph 77 just mentioned it's the 144,000 hertz, and it's killing cancer cells. Like, okay. Because it is about frequency. That does make sense too. DNA is the frequency, memory of who you are, who you actually will be. Okay.
Anybody else?
It's basically what I get is on a, I mean, if I don't know why I have an understanding of this, but it's on a quantum physics level, not, when I was growing up, I remember, I forget what religion it is, but maybe Mormons or, about the 144,000 people. And I'm like, so you guys are working so hard that you're only, according to your studies, only 144,000 people are chosen in the entire lifetime of the world? That makes no sense whatsoever. I never got into that. But on the quantum level, where you get into these string theories and all that, and 144 is it's a good number, 144,000. Yeah. So 144,000 tribes. I don't think so. I mean, if you multiply 12, eventually you're going to get 144,000.
Right.
You're right, no, but I think so too. So yeah,
I
that's
thought about
my
it as a
theory.
Jehovah's Witness. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Was on that too because I was with them for 6 months. But after finding out that now the idea that they truly think it's true because you will become a sentient planet and you will have your own population on you and all that. But it's just the fact that they hide all that information until you get into their temple at the higher Melchizedek priesthood levels. And, they really was pushing me to get there. And I found this information out that they're hiding all this by people who went into their temples with hidden cameras and doing all these handshakes and stuff between the veil. It's just a ceremony that they do. And it's like, no, man, what the heck? That's just bull crap. I mean, if they brought it out, it's cool. Because people who are more of other faiths, other religion can hide within that one as a Mormon. But it's the fact that that's not what their front is about. It's all fake. Like, they're good, great people. They're cool. They're very nice and ordered. But it's just that if you're not open to yourself and letting people know this is what you really think about, you're fake to me. You're just hiding for, you're being secretive. Not private, you're just being secretive.
Definitely in my. Oh, go ahead.
I was like, nobody else got anything?
Anybody else?
Yeah, I get what you're saying too because I grew up you know I went to grew up Methodist, but I experimented with different religions. I went to Bible college and a Christian school, and even though I was so gifted and coming into my own, because people put down my gift and saying that, well, because you're hearing this and that, you're paranoid schizophrenic, you're this, all these diagnoses that, yeah, indeed, there are some people out there that do have mental disorders, but, when you deal with higher entities and higher vibrations, they start making sense. And, when people have passed on in my family, they've come back to me and they said, you were right. And I'm like, well, of course I was right. Tried to tell you that while you were alive. But eventually people will figure it out that, we're here on earth to help one another to get through life. And, people who stifle it and try not to ascend, they just, I'm in a situation with my family where I'm the only one that's like in that arena of gifted and so we travel with our soul families, but I'm like, how did I get with this one sister that I don't get? um, I've been asking myself that question for quite some time, but yeah, it's interesting all that's going on with the moon and the portals opening and just the Mandela. I mean, it's just odd. It really is. I find it fascinating, though.
I find it
The window of the collective ascending has passed. How could it have passed? I thought I was still ascending. I don't understand that statement. I'm sorry, I'm being stupid.
yeah, we're on the ascending,
You're
but we're
never
already
stupid.
ascending. You're never going to stop ascending unless, I mean, you can go back. So, why, once you're awakened, why would you want to go back? Unless you had to correct something. But as a kid, I went around for a few months, and I knew I was joking, but I knew that I was so different from everyone around me. I started claiming my mother, not my physical mother here, well, she's passed now, but my mother is the queen of a galaxy. I don't know which one it was. I just said this stuff, telling people, "Hi, my name is Mac," and started conversation. Oh, my mom was the queen of the galaxy. Kids would look at me all weird and stuff, because I knew I was so different. And it kind of makes sense with this situation here. And then finding out that I'm some king, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Well, I'm an Azurite king, and I had to look this stuff up recently. Like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh. And then the idea that I have a aura of royalty, and everybody calls, well, not everyone, but those who know about stuff, know in the know, they've called me, hey, boss, how you doing today, boss? Just that the slang term that what I grew up with is like, okay, that's cool. I was always the person in charge, handling my own stuff, always doing me. And now come down to this. And I notice with people on the street, they have a certain aura about them that they give off, and it's like they don't like my attention or me just being in their presence. They're disgusted or something. Some people are like that. I've noticed that too.
I was never one for religion because I found a lot of discrepancies with it, and it kind of affected me in the spiritual world and the spiritual level. I like to think of the good things, and I've said before that yes, I think it's all good that I'm not going to ever down somebody for their religion, but I also think that religion is part of who we are as a collective people and a spiritual person as we are. And I don't think we should ever shun anybody from their religion. I think that all the religions and all the Christianity are all the same. It's just people's interpretation of it. And once we break through that wall of understanding that it's all the same, we're not just separated like the world wants to separate us as it is. I don't know if you want to call it the world, the humans, the devil, whatever, an evil entity. I don't know. But I don't think we should be all separated. I think we're all one in spirituality level. I mean, we're connected to the earth. Every part of molecule of us is part of the earth. Every insect does something a human does, or relates to a human in some way. We are connected to Mother Gaia more than people realize because what were we made from? The dust of the earth. Henceforth, we are all part of the earth. We are all one. We all believe the same. We all have the same thing. We're not different. We're all the same. And the only thing that makes us different is our spiritual level and our consciousness and our vibrations and our love for each other.
Oh, I absolutely hear you on that one. And this is something that's bothered me my entire life because I never understood. Like at every other fight, I never understood how one type of people, it doesn't matter what you call it, your religion, whatever, assumes that they own the earth. Like I never got that point of it. You know what I mean? Like they were here first and it belongs to them and that part belongs to them. No. We are all stuck here together. We are here. We have no choice. Nobody owns the earth. It was given to all of us. None of us are gonna, you know what I mean? We're all here together. We're all stuck together. We're gonna live here together whether we like it or not. And nobody owns it. That's really bothered me my whole life. Like, I never understood how people can actually think they own the earth. You know, it's like saying you own the air. No, you don't. Nobody owns the air. Nobody owns the stars. Nobody owns, you know what I mean? This is a gift for every person that's here. It doesn't matter what you believe. And I believe what you're saying too is correct, that we all believe this, we all believe in this higher thing, this higher love. It's all the same. It doesn't matter what you call it, because in the end it is the same thing. And no one's belief is better than the other. You know, everybody's doing their own beliefs, their own ways, their own trying to get through this life. And, you know, we're on our path, just like the Christians are on theirs, and the Muslims are on theirs, and everybody's on their own path, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But everybody has to get the fact that it's not different,
Hey, we
and
got a
nobody
special
owns
guest coming in, and we got room for him too.
nobody owns anything.
Rory's
You
coming
know?
over here right now.
Rory's coming.
Yeah, I told him he'll stop
All
in over
right.
here because he said he's got his stuff taken care of. So does he want us to go on his live? I'm like, why don't you come over here for now? And you know, because he's like, I thought we were on Alien T's. And I was like, well, yeah, we were, but Epsilon decided to open his own, and like now we're doing Dreams too over here. Like, yeah. So he's gonna stop by over here. I just heard somebody's music. I don't know what.
Well, I sent her an invite. There he is.
Yay!
Hey, I'm sorry, everybody. Our phone call went on forever with the thing we were doing. So, anyways, if you guys want to just do this and don't want to do a show on our show, we don't have to. I was just going to say we could do it at midnight or whatever you guys are comfortable with. Or you can just, we can just do Epsilon's thing here if you want to do that. I don't care. But if you guys want me to stoke up the live, I already set up everything and all that. But I mean, if you don't want to do it, we don't have to.
Or you can just do it all here.
I would love to do
we do it out of here.
live.
Just it's like I've been inviting some people. They're not coming around. I guess I got 5 people with me.
I would love to do the live with Anouk because I want to hear about sauce. So, but
Me too.
you know,
I have some questions for that man.
Yeah, do you guys
Yeah,
want me to just boot up the live? We'll get a lot more views if we go on my live, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
I'd
yeah,
like to go
let's
on the
switch.
live.
I guess we'll go to yours.
Yeah, we
It's
can
cool.
switch to
I don't
yours.
want to
What
destroy
time are you gonna
everybody's
want to do
live.
it, Anouk? What time you gonna start it at?
It's Rory, Shaman Poet. I'll start. Let's say, give me till 9:15, or do you want to wait till 9:30 and let Epsilon do his little show? Whatever you guys want to do, but I'll start the show whenever you're
We're
ready.
just communicating over here, bro. We're just talking.
Yeah, let's do
What you doing, bro?
9:15. Let's do it in 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're literally shooting the shit.
Hurry.
All right, I got it. All right, guys, I'm gonna set it up. Love you guys.
All right,
Yeah, love you
love
too.
ya.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool, man. I didn't know what time he was gonna do it. He said it was 7, but then he messed up and the time, like what he said. And then, okay, I guess he's not doing it, but it's cool. And that's what I'm saying, exactly the connection. And yeah, I like dragons myself. Now, the idea of the negativity that those type of beings would want to give off, and their hybrid races, like, yeah, I don't want to be around that. You try to eat me or bring negativity and fear in me? No, I don't want to do all that. But if you want to be a friendly type, sure, I want to just hug you and enjoy you and learn from you too. And I don't care. I'm about equal opportunity.
Well, I did this show because I really had something planned for another day, but I only did this show right here so we could all communicate and get together and wait for another. I really didn't have nothing planned. I'm just
Okay.
winging
Thank you.
No, we
for that. I
appreciate it.
appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. I
Epsilon, you're the
appreciate it.
best, man. You're the best for doing this. Like I said, you brought us all together tonight. You know, you really
it. That
did.
was my goal.
We were waiting. Cool.
I stumbled on it.
Michael, you said you stumbled upon it.
I did.
As long as we're together, I think it's good.
I
Oh,
knew
you,
I was
Jessica.
supposed to be
Okay.
on here, but I didn't. I'm not sure why. So yeah.
I sent
I
out
was
the message in my brain.
flip-flopping.
I sent out the message in my brain going, come on, you know you want to join. Come on. You know you're just sitting there bored, right? You know you want to come over here and talk to me, right?
You know, if you quit communicating me through telepathy, I would probably get a lot more sleep, Epsilon.
That's the whole family. Like, the whole world is just a giant family. You're right. We're all physically, well, in this realm, physically came from Earth. Okay, here's another thing. How can one group of people, no matter how many thousand years ago they were here first or whatever,
He's live,
claim that
guys.
they own the Earth, right? Okay.
Anouk is on and live.
It doesn't make
He's
sense
on.
because we are just stewards on the earth and in the earth and taking care of it. That's all we can do. We can't own anything.
All right.
But all right.
Gonna
Yep, we'll
close
see you
this
over
up.
there.
Thank you for coming. Enjoy this live and enjoy Anouk. Have a good night. I'll see you over there.
See you guys
See
over
you over
there.
there.